Hey guys, Davinator right here, and today we got a Call of Duty Black Ops review gameplay. Now, the movie that we are reviewing today is The Musketeer. Now, this movie came out in 2001. Now, it's related to the Alexandre Dumas. I probably butchered that name, but it's based off of his book, The Three Musketeers. It's related to that. And, yeah, now, technically, this is not a great movie. This is a very overlooked and I think very underrated movie, but I'm not gonna lie, it's not exactly great. However, there is an straight up just incredible aspect to this movie that I will get in just a moment. But yeah, just basically, I'm not gonna get too much into the plot of this movie because it's just not important. This movie is all about the decent characters, because all the characters in this movie, or at least the vast majority of them, are likable. Tim Roth plays a good villain, and just the main actor plays the main character. He actually does a pretty good job, and he does a lot of his own stunts in the action sequences in this movie. And yeah, I just like the characters. The dialogue is decent. The story is very basic and simple and plain, but I don't care, because this is a perfect example of a fun, just popcorn entertainment movie. This is one of the best examples, you'll probably ever find, just a movie that, it's not all about the story. It's not about getting invested in great, wonderful, well-written characters. It's not meant to be like The Godfather. This is meant to be one of those movies to where you kick back, just prop your feet up on a table, and just get yourself some popcorn and watch it, and eat popcorn and have a good time while watching this movie, because this movie's action sequences are amazing. The action in this movie is so good. So good. Seriously, the action sequences in this movie are insane. It's a great mix of Asian-style choreography with, swashbuckling action-type choreography that you get in movies like, say, The Princess Bride. That's a great example of that type of sword fight choreography. And yeah, it's a great blend of the two. The stunt work is incredible in this movie, and there's, no CGI. I don't think there's any CGI that was used in this movie at all. I also like the musical score to this movie, but that's a little bit off topic. But it complements the action sequences very well. And yeah, just the production design and just the stunts and the action sequences and the cinematography in this movie go just so well together, because the action sequences in this movie are just insane. I don't want to overhype it, but seriously, you have to watch this movie just for the action sequences, and there are a lot of them. And yeah, the climax of this movie, the end sword fight, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not even going to discuss even the remotest details of this movie, or of the climax of this movie, because you just have to experience it. Okay, it's ridiculous. It is insane, and it's very unrealistic, but it's amazing. Okay, you guys, it's freaking ridiculous. The stuff that happens in the climax of this movie. I was just constantly like, what? This used to be, my favorite movie growing up. When I was, 5, 6, 7, I used to watch this movie all the time, every day. Now I've matured a tad bit more. Notice I say a tad bit more, because, I'm still just a dumb teenager. I'm not that old, but still, I've matured a tad bit more, and I realize this technically isn't a great movie. Okay, the dialogue can get cheesy at times. The story is basic, and it can be corny at times. Okay, and the characters aren't exactly original. Okay, but it's based off of a book, so the characters technically just aren't going to be original because they're in a book. But still, although I hadn't read the book, I don't know. Maybe they made up new characters for this movie, but whatever. But yeah, it's technically just not an amazing movie, but just like old '80s action movies, Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's not about the story. It's about the awesome action sequences and, just the likable main character, because the main character is likable. I think he did a decent job. He gave a good performance. He's sly, he's funny. And yeah, and also there's a romance in this movie. It's not the best romance I've seen, but, it's not too bad. It's cute enough. The dialogue and the banter is actually not too bad. And yeah, this movie is definitely entertaining. It's the perfect example of a fun popcorn entertainment movie. And yeah, you gotta watch it for that. And Tim Roth as the villain is just really good. And yeah, that's really all I have to say about this movie. There's not much for me to talk about except just, oh my gosh, the action sequences are amazing. Which I could just gush about for a lot longer if I wanted to go into spoilers and just describe the intricate details of every single action sequence. But that would take me like 20 minutes because the action in this movie seriously is really good. But yeah, anyway, guys, if you can find a copy of this movie on eBay, like, just just watch it. At least watch it once. At least try to rent it or something. You just got to give this movie a watch, if nothing else. And I would recommend buying it. If not so that you can just watch the movie all the way through, so that you can skip to the a lot of the action sequences. Because seriously, these action sequences, you just got to see them. Okay, you got to see them. I'm not gonna say anything more because I don't want to overhype the movie. But yeah, my final rating for the movie is a B. Well, I was actually about to say B minus, but right when I was about to say it, I changed my mind. You know what? No, screw it. This movie gets a B because for what it is, it's just so entertaining, so fun. It's just technically, it wouldn't be remarkable if it weren't for the fact that the action sequences are as good as they are. But yeah, seriously, this is definitely worth at least one watch. This is a great popcorn fun movie. Watch it with friends so they can just be like, oh my gosh, that was cool. And yeah, they're throughout the entire movie. But yeah, seriously, these action sequences. I've said these action sequences a bunch of times, but in this review, but still, you just gotta see it. I realize this is a very sloppy and not exactly well put together review, but just I don't have much else to talk about because this movie is all about the action, and really all I can talk about is the action. Technically there's not a lot of substance to this movie, but it's such a fun movie. It's so entertaining. You just gotta watch it. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, please rate and comment and subscribe, and if you want to, you can also share. Get it out of my face.